Our job is to report the news, not fabricate it. That's the government's job.
Right guys, this popped up in front of me earlier and hung around the nasal passages like a fart in a spacesuit, so I had to cover it. Sajid Javid, it seems, started eating Joe Biden's wrinkly brown eye out with a silver spoon in this cringe-inducing article the Telegraph spat out that we are going to skim over. I had actually tweeted about it earlier, and of course the odd person popped up saying this is only one MP and not the government. But let's be honest, we all know Boris and Biden share the same Build Back Better slogan, and Sajid Javid points out in the article something we all know, or should at this point, and that is that Boris is closer to a British Biden than he ever is to Donald Trump, especially when it comes to policy, as clearly the last few months have shown, and never forgetting the fact that Boris and Biden are both career politicians where Trump is not. Now during the article, to me it also sounds like Sajid Javid wants Biden to come in as president because he will be more active overseas. In other words, the Democrats love dropping bombs on some tin pot nation, and Sajid Javid wants to join in, clearly because Trump won't do that, or has not so far, which means the Tories must now hate him. As you all know, Trump has actually made peace deals around the world. But to me, this is Sajid Javid and the Tories showing their true colours, like politicians often do. But anyway, the Telegraph article headlines: Britain would be better off with Joe Biden. Real conservative there, guys, make sure you remember that. He then talks a load of old shit about Ronald Reagan trying to make you agree with his bollocks, but what really matters is what he says later. He says some in the UK fear what Trump losing the election could mean for our national interest. Biden's opposition to Brexit has sparked concerns that if he wins the presidency, it could sour the special relationship, and with it, our prospects of a trade deal. He goes on, these challenges are overstated. Britain's relationship with the US is bigger than our respective leaders, and a Biden administration would quickly realise that Boris isn't the British Trump some claim him to be when it comes to policy. Biden will find out he has more in common with the Johnson government than Trump ever did. He may not single us out for unique treatment, but in reality, neither did Trump. Well, there you have it, guys. Boris ain't the British Trump, which, let's be honest, most of us knew anyway. But when it comes to policy, Boris has much more in common with Biden, something we also know. And let's be honest, Boris Johnson has kind of shown this in recent months, along with the fact they both use the same Build Back Better bullshit, shows to me they are in bed together and should really show it to everyone else. But now we get into some possible real reasons for his current Biden loving. He says when it comes to foreign affairs, Trump may have toned down his praise for oppressive strongman leaders and begun to wake up to the China threat, which is rather laughable considering Biden's ties with China, or apparently so if the emails are to be believed, which apparently they are correct because Biden, as far as I'm aware, has not said they are not. He said, however, the moral authority and global leadership traditionally exercised by the US, usually in British interests, has been absent for 4 years, and you really think it will be there under Joe Biden. The only interest that kitty-sniffing tosspot has is the globalist agenda, as everybody already knows. He goes on, that shows not since Thatcher helped Reagan win the Cold War has US leadership been more necessary. Biden is a foreign affairs veteran who understands the importance of building strong partnerships. A multilateralist, he has expressed strong support for NATO. Above all, he recognises that global challenges require global solutions, be they the Rona, economic stability or arms control. Next year, the UK will host the most significant climate summit since Paris 2015. As we persuade world leaders to take action to protect our planet, we should ask which US president we want by our side. Now, I've got to say, it's kind of obvious what president the people of this country want by our side, and that is going to be Donald Trump. But him saying global challenges require global solutions says to me they want to bomb someone and Trump won't do it, or something along them lines. And also, the climate agenda planned next year is not something Trump is likely to go along with, so the Tories are fully in bed with Biden and the Democrats. Now, from reading through that, it's clear that Sajid Javid has a clear case of Trump derangement syndrome and really needs to stop eating Joe Biden's ass with a silver spoon. What an embarrassment this tosspot is to every Tory voter out there. I actually feel sorry for you, but political parties are scum, like I've said. They will sell you out in a heartbeat as soon as they can.
There is a pattern consistent throughout history of oppressed people turning on the oppressors. Slaves against their owners, the peasantry against the feudal barons, colonies, Mr. Verhofstadt, against their empires. And that is why Britain is leaving. And it doesn't matter which language you use, we are going, and we are glad to be going. We're off.